from the Fever Stadium on the campus of Placer High School, Touchdown Productions, celebrating 21 seasons of local sports excellence, is proud to present Placer Hillmen football tonight. In their final non-conference game, your defending PVL champion Placer Hillmen take on the Laguna Creek Cardinals. It's the last game before their final PVL season begins, and the quest for another league title, and all the action begins right here, right now. This is your NorCal Game of the Week. The Placer Hillmen come home for their final non-conference game of the 2017 season before opening up league play against the undefeated Colfax Falcons on October the 6th. Their opponent tonight is the Laguna Creek Cardinals. Good evening, fans, wherever you are across your worldwide network. This is Paul Brown, the voice of Touchdown Productions. With me tonight in the broadcast booth, my good friend David Kline. And, of course, our producer and camera operator, Gilbert M. Dominguez. We're all set to bring you the first telecast from the Fever Stadium. David, tonight the Cardinal is looking for its first win of the season, while the Hillmen are 2-1 after stubbing their toe at NU.
Yeah, Paul, we were actually there for that Placer NU game, and the Hillmen were favorites, clear favorites going into that one. But they did not show up on either side of the football as in their 46-16 loss. They were actually able to right the ship next week, shutting out Aptos 21-0, and now have one final chance to fine-tune the offense before PVL play begins against the undefeated Colfax Falcons.
And you're right, David. The game just doesn't get any easier from here for the defending PVL champions. They will have a target on their back all season long. Meanwhile, Laguna Creek is struggling to get their first win and only have 30 points all season. So on paper, it seems like Placer should have its way with the Cardinals tonight. But again, you know, it kind of depends on which Placer team shows up.
And with the bye week occurring next week, they will get another week of practice before PVL play begins.
So we're looking at senior night now. There's Coach Montoya giving handshakes and hugs to the seniors and senior parents as it's senior night here at La Fever Stadium and the home of the Placer Hillmen. Got a good one tonight, friends. Stay around. Coming up next, your NorCal Game of the Week. This is TouchdownProductions.com.
This week at SPD Markets, T-bone steaks, whole chicken legs, and pork chops are all on the menu. And the SPD butchers are there every single day to give you tips on preparing your favorite meals. Add in their weekly specials, and you'll see real savings every time you shop. So be local and shop local at SPD Markets in Nevada City and Grass Valley. It's where your neighbors shop.
Escort, Mom and Dad, Paula and Joe, Stepdad David and family.
Sounds good. So we're looking at senior night now. There's Coach Montoya giving handshakes and hugs to the seniors and senior parents. And welcome back to the Fever Stadium here. It is pregame here for Placer High School, and as you can see, at senior night, lined up are all the seniors, some of the football players and their parents, of course. Coach Montoya loves this part of being a coach, I'm sure. I've seen him do this so many people, some now professional players. So, David, let's talk about the standings around the Sierra Foothill Leagues and Pioneer Valley League. Why don't you take us through Pioneer Valley League first?
Yeah, sure thing. So at the top, we got two teams at 3-0, Bear River and Colfax. Bear River have scored 100 points in 3 games and only given up 17 points.
Wow.
That is incredible defense. At 2-1 behind them is Lincoln and Placer, who we're seeing tonight. And then at the bottom at 1-2 is Foothill and Center High School. And in the Sierra Foothill League standings, we got 4 teams actually tied at the top at 3-0. Oak Ridge, Granite Bay, Rockland, and Folsom all at the top at 3-0. Right behind him is Del Oro at 2-1, and at the bottom is Nevada Union and Wood Creek at 1-2.
So it looks to me like Nevada Union, although they're off to a 1-2 start, scoring 80 points and giving up 80 points. That's got some possibilities.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we saw when Placer played Nevada Union a couple weeks ago, that team is definitely capable of being a high potent offense.
So, David, let's talk about the game tonight here. What can you tell us about the Laguna Creek Cardinals?
Well, they're not off to a good start to their season. Their first game on September 1st, they actually got pretty smashed by Franklin. They lost 53-13 last week. They lost to Stagg 21-17. In terms of their offense, it's mainly been senior running back Silas Washington. In their loss against Franklin, he only had 10 carries for 20 yards, but last game against Stagg, he had 18 carries for 106 yards.
Wow.
1 touchdown. That's 5.9 yards per carry. But the team rushing for Laguna Creek, it's been really hit or miss, and that's what this offense has really been based off. Against Franklin, they had 24 carries as a team for 62 yards, only 62. That's
24 carries, 62 yards.
That's 2.6 yards per carry. You're not going to get much offense going that way.
Yeah.
But against Stagg last week, they were a little bit better, rushed the ball a little bit more, 39 times for 179 yards for 4.6 yards per carry. And also you got to look at the defense, which is going to be the big focal point in that front seven. This rushing defense is not really good at stopping the run. Against Franklin, they allowed 380 yards on the ground off 37 rushes for 6 touchdowns. And then last week against Stagg, 38 rushes, and they gave up 202 yards and 3 touchdowns. So it's all coming down to the front seven and if they can stop the run.
Well, like we said in pregame, David, this looks like it could be a relatively light game for Placer. We really don't know until, you snap the ball. But if the JV game is any prelude to what we're going to see, the JVs beat the Laguna Creek Cardinals 60-0. So we'll keep our eyes open and see what they can put on the field tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And also when it comes to Placer's rushing game, that's their big focal point in that wing T offense is the rushing game. So if you have a very potent running attack against a not so good running defense, this game can get out of hand quickly for Laguna Creek.
Be sure to join us at halftime. We will have homecoming here at Lefevre Stadium. It's always a pleasure to see the juniors, seniors, and freshmen show up for homecoming. So while we await the kickoff, you're watching the NorCal Game of the Week on touchdownproductions.com. We'll see you in a bit.
With nearly 30 years of proudly serving our community, Auburn Toyota is expanding to offer more new Toyota inventory than ever before. Chances are we have the exact Toyota model you want, ready for you to drive home today. With many years of combined sales experience and hundreds of new Toyota cars, trucks, 4x4s, and SUVs, now is the perfect time to buy at Auburn Toyota. Come see why for generations Foothill Toyota buyers buy from Auburn Toyota, which is why we like to say Auburn Toyota is the place where the customers come back.
Welcome back to Lefevre Stadium. Is about ready to kick the football for this duel between Laguna Creek and the Placer Hillmen. To my left here, trying to catch a t-shirt being catapulted into the crowd, my color guy, David Kline. David, tonight, I'm looking for a real battle here.
Yeah, Paul, this is going to be a great game. As I mentioned in the pregame show, it's going to come down to the trenches. Who can win the battle on the line? We're about to see.
Well, the Cardinals will get the ball. Placer will be kicking off. That would be number 18, Ryan Mayer. Jacob Williams will be back deep. Mayer to kick off. This is Williams. Feeling the ball at about the 10-yard line. Wants to go to the sideline. Williams, a big guy, number 14, crashes into the box and into the bench. And the Cardinals will take over right about their own 35-yard line. In the backfield, Kenneth Woods and Silas Washington will do the honors.
Yeah, I have a feeling we're going to be hearing Silas Washington's name a lot tonight.
Actually, now they're going to say that he went out of bounds right about the 30. Starting in the shotgun formation, Mason Smith, number 4. Rolling to the left. Smith looking out, First ball is a pass, way overthrown. I'm not sure if he was throwing that away or actually trying to hit the target, but intended receiver out there was Jacobs Williams.
Intended for Williams. Second down and 10.
And second down now, 10. Cardinals now in the backfield. That's number 36, Washington. First flag of the game, and missing a perfectly thrown ball. That is Kenneth Woods. So, as a tradition here at Lefevre Stadium, the train comes behind us about 3 times a game as we turn around and watch the container flat cars go by. You'll hear it. We certainly do.
Whose idea was it to put the press box to the closest side of the train tracks?
Whose idea was it to put the field next to the train tracks? Placer High School, though, has been around since the 1960s, and I think at the time the train actually stopped here. It was a commuter train. It stopped here close to Placer High School. Right now in the field, we're trying to sort out the last foul. Let's see what the call is. Got a personal foul on the Cardinals.
Looked like an illegal forward pass, I think what that signal was. So what's interesting about that penalty is it's a loss of down too. So you don't even get to redo that.
So it will be now third down and about 15. Back in the shotgun formation, this is Mason Smith. They're still talking it over out there, Gil. If you'll pan over to the left, everybody wonders why this ball hasn't been snapped here in a good 3 minutes.
Well, it's the side, the person holding up the down signal shows a second down. If the call was indeed an illegal forward pass, it's 5 yards and a loss of down. So I'm kind of confused about what the refs are
It says it's
discussing.
second down, but I believe it is third. Now they're going to change it over there on the sidelines. Can't say this game got off to a real flying start here, David.
Yeah, and the referees can get this together and figure out what down it's going to be. You know, that would be sweet.
Ladies and gentlemen, Victor Trophy of the 2017 Coast
So the yard marker is going to stay at second down now. Now he's going to change it to third.
Yeah, it should be third down. That should be, it's a loss of down and a 5-yard penalty. That's an illegal forward pass.
Third down, looking over the middle. Going to throw it long and throws it into space. I don't doubt the fact that Mason Smith can throw the ball a long way, but so far he's thrown twice and hasn't been within 10 yards of his receiver. So it'll be a 3-and-out for the Laguna Creek Cardinals, and Placer will get the football back here.
Yeah, pretty rough possession, first possession for Laguna Creek. Didn't run the ball once, which is actually kind of surprising. I would have seen Dan Davis really trying to push that ball in the trenches and see who can win that battle at the line of scrimmage. And going 3-and-out isn't really the best start, especially on the road.
Number 16, Xavier Petrie. Back to kick, good kick, high kick. Goes off the receiver, he'll pick it up. Trying to find a hole, and we'll find nothing. Number 22 now. That was number 2, was it? Number 3, Brad Bishop. Brad Bishop was on the return. So the Placer Hillmen will take the ball over right on their 40-yard line. Clock shows 11 minutes and 29 seconds in the first quarter. So basically they get the ball as if they got the first possession.
Basically.
Pass play, straight out. There's also a flag on the sideline. Ball comes out. It's on the ground. He did receive the ball. It's still on the ground. Let's see who got it there on the sideline.
I think that ball actually went out of bounds.
I believe it did. Let's see what the flag is. Was that Marshall Chapman?
Yeah, that was Marshall Chapman on the reception. Didn't really do a good job of keeping protection on the ball as he tried to evade the defender. Really left it out in the open, allowed the Laguna Creek defender to come in and punch that ball up and just leave it up for grabs.
Well, fortunately, Placer came back down with it. And once again, the clock is stopped, and we're having another zebra caucus out in the middle. I'm not sure what they would be talking about, David. I mean, it was clearly a reception. It was
reception, it was a fumble, but they threw a flag at the very first, as soon as receivers were making a play, but they're actually waving it off.
They're going to pick it up.
I'm hoping that the refs don't take this long to come out with a flag throughout the rest of the game. It really slows down the tempo for both offenses, and especially with the way Placer like to play really quick, that kind of leaves them at a disadvantage if they have to stop for 5 minutes before the ref can make a call.
If this is the way it goes the whole game, I'm going to have to call my wife and bring my electric razor. So let's first down now on the 49-yard line. Placer came out throwing on their first play. Inside handoff, gets about 4 yards. That'd be Mario Perez. We saw Perez a lot 2 weeks ago. They're going to give him a lot of the ball handling, huh, David?
Yeah, Perez is easily the leading rusher for this team. 37 carries last game. 37 carries on the season for 239 yards and 2 touchdowns himself. So we'll be hearing a lot of his name, but also a lot more names in the backfield too.
Second down. Another inside handoff. Lots of room now. Maybe falling forward for the first down. That is Marshall Chapman. Chapman looks like they're going to give him, let's see where they put it down. No, not quite. It'll be third down now and short. Maybe a yard and a half.
Third down and 2.
Placer having no problem finding room in the line to run. We're going to go to the right side now, turning the corner, and doesn't get the first down. What a great tackle that is. That was Daniel Brown on the left side coming around and making a tackle. Let's see where they get the spot.
It's going to be just short. Looks like it's going to be about 4th and inches, right on the marker. A great tackle by Daniel Brown to come off his block and wrap up the runner. I was frankly surprised to see Placer really go with an edge run. I thought they would have pounded it right up the middle with Mario Perez using that big physicality.
So it'll be 4th down now. The officials are going to have a measurement. They wanted to slow down the game a bit, so they're going to bring it across the field. Not that it really would mean anything. If they were short by an inch or 2, they would still go for it. From the looks of it right here, Dave, they may have the first down already.
It's a close call. It's all dependent on the spot. Because the way it looks like right now, the refs have the ball spotted on the outside of the 39-yard line. Oh, and it looks to be just a fraction short.
Well, I'll tell you, if the Laguna Creek Cardinals are going to make a statement, now would be the time. If they can stop them for an inch. I can't imagine we're going to see anything short of Michael Stuck sneaking the ball. Beautiful night here in the foothills, Northern California. Glad you joined us.
Let's go, Hillmen!
They're going to hand off inside, and he was hit behind the line of scrimmage, gets away. Original hit was by Rosero. Mario Perez finally did break away and get the first down here.
And in those short situations, those 3rd and 4th and shorts, it's going to be Mario Perez getting the ball. That big body, he can just shake off those first tackles and really get those extra yardage.
That was Joseph Brasciutto. Now another flag on the play.
What's the over-under for how long these refs are going to take to call? What, like 2 minutes? So 2 minutes?
Don't go there with me.
I'll take the over on that.
But clearly they're discussing something out there other than football. Probably fantasy league players, huh?
Yeah, I think the side judge is complaining.
What's he going to do now? They're going to wave it off again.
No.
So we got 1st and 10 now. The Hillmen will wind the clock. Basically able to do whatever they want so far tonight. Throwing out in the flat. Quick outer. That's out to Brad Bishop, number 3. He'll get a gain of about 6 yards. Bishop becoming more and more of a target for Michael Stuck. But that pass play was wide open for the 2nd time tonight.
Yeah, and Jacob Williams was defending on that play. The two-way player can play receiver on the offense. But on defense, you really have to make sure you grab him and get him down the ground. And these Hillmen receivers and running backs can really make you pay if you miss that first tackle.
2nd down. Reverse, inside, wide open. He's got room. If he can break 1 tackle and another flag comes in, I'm not sure what that could be. Nice run play, though, going for about 25, 27 yards. But Laundry on the field once again. Did you catch that call?
He did a punch to the head, which I'm 90% sure is a targeting.
And it'll be half the distance to the goal.
Well, I'm not sure about the rules in high school football, but in college football, a targeting is an ejection. I may be wrong. I may have misinterpreted what the referee signaled there, but a targeting is an ejection. I'm sure in high school football it would be an automatic ejection.
So it'll be 1st and goal now for the Hillmen. Up to the line of scrimmage is Stuck. In motion on the handoff inside. Driving inside, that is number 10, Marshall Chapman, and he'll go in for the score. Touchdown, Hillmen.
Yeah, that was just beautiful from the wing T offense. You had Michael Stuck coming out for a counter run to the left-hand side, but ended up giving it back to Marshall Chapman on the inside. The blocking was there, and he actually got a little bit of help from his teammate to push him into the end zone to get the score.
So with 8 minutes and 55 seconds left in the first quarter, the Hillmen go ahead 7-0. This is your NorCal Game of the Week's TouchdownProductions.com.
Hey, hon, remember the guys are coming over later to watch the game.
Make a play for winning trays from Portisubs. We have the perfect tray for every game and every fan. So use your app or order online today.
Make Portisubs your destination.
And welcome back to Lefevre Stadium. So, David, let's take a look at that first touchdown by the Placer Hillmen.
Yeah, and that's what you can really create with the wing T offense. It allows Stuck to move around outside of the pocket and give it back to Marshall Chapman on the inside run, what really looked like an outside run, and just getting help from his teammate, punching into the end zone, getting the first score of the day.
So Placer will kick the ball off. First series, the Cardinals were unable to gain even 1 yard. They decided to pass the ball. Let's see if they try something on the ground. We have had a total of 5 flags tonight so far. 2 of them have been picked up. Back to kick, number 18, Ryan Meyer. Looking for some room, going backwards and still going backwards and continuing to go backwards and finally down. I think they're going to give him motion, David, out to about the 11-yard line.
Yeah, Jacob Williams can consider himself lucky. That was not a smart decision to try and cut back. There was no blocks he had coming back. He should have just kept on going forward, trying to turn his legs and getting as much yardage. And turning back, especially on a kickoff return, is definitely a no-go.
You want to turn those shoulders upfield and get what you get.
Yeah, I'm sure he's going to hear it from Dan Davis on the sideline.
First and 10 from about the 12-yard line. Ball boy now, right before they snap, comes in with a new football. I'm not sure. And we've got more caucusing. Oh, I see that the Cardinals brought Nerf balls. They're first and 10, more flags. Ay. Producer Gil Dominguez is laughing from ear to ear. We've seen games like this before in our many years of producing high school football games. This one may have the record for the most penalties in the first quarter. Now the Cardinals are going to be charged with an offsides, and they're going to be pushed back 5 yards.
Well, that's actually pretty interesting. Paul Banks, one of the captains of this Placer team, actually, I thought, induced one of the Cardinal offensive linemen to jump with him. I thought that would have been an offside on Placer, but turns out it's going to be a false start on Laguna Creek.
Inside handoff now goes maybe for a yard. Looks like it's Dawson on the carry. Second down and 14. Kenneth Woods has a good arm if he can hit one of his receivers. Two wideouts to the left. Over the middle, not turning around in time. That was number 2, Mason Smith. Actually, Kenneth Woods was the receiver.
This is going to be a very long game for Laguna Creek if they can gain some significant yardage on first down. I mean, for quarterback Mason Smith, who, I mean, his last game in their close loss, he only threw the ball 14 times. And if he's in a situation where he's going to have to throw it 20, 25, possibly even 30 times in a game, that's not going to be a good situation. So it all starts on first down if they can get the ball going.
It's rolling out now to the left. Finds his receiver off the hands of a defender and caught out of bounds. It'll be an incomplete pass and a second 3 and out in 2 possessions for the Cardinals. Placer will set up to return the punt. Brad Bishop back again. I believe it was Bishop out there on the right side defensive back that tipped that pass out of bounds. Movement in the line. I don't see any flag yet. Kind of a soft punt that's going to get a big roll. Bishop's going to try and return. Missed by a couple of players. Bishop's still on his feet and finally tied up right about the 40-yard line. Very deceptive running by Brad Bishop.
It was a very odd return, too. I thought he should have just came up and fair caught it right around the 42-yard line, but he let that ball bounce going back to his own 40-yard line, picked it up, and actually got right around to the spot where he probably should have fair caught it.
Well, a lot of Cardinals watched him go by as he streamed past for an extra 10 yards. So let's see what Placer comes up with here in their second possession. Looking downfield, he's got room to run, but he also can throw, and just over the outstretched arms. Looks like it was Colin Wright. I beg your pardon, that was Lewis Fudge.
And on that play action, they were rolling to the far side of the field. You had Fudge and Marshall Chapman both running a post, and they're actually pretty parallel on their routes. I would have thought that one of them, depending on how the play usually tight ends are the shorter post routes. If Chapman should have broke off a little bit further, you might add a little bit more room to catch that pass.
Inside handoff once again. That's Marshall. Mario Perez taken down by number 88, Daniel Brown. Third down and about 3.5. It would be a big win if they could stop them on this series, although we're in 4-down territory. Inside handoff, lots of room to run. That's Mario Perez.
And on these kind of plays, Mario Perez is just following his blockers. His blockers are getting so much room and so much point of attack from the snap, and it's just so easy for the linemen to just push off the defensive linemen of the Cardinals. And Mario Perez doesn't really have to do that much. He just has to follow his blockers, and they're creating so much room for the running game.
They're just wiping out their defensive line. Inside again. This is Perez. And he will take it down close to a first down. I think they're going to be short by just a touch. Perez in the backfield. This will be a handoff. This is number 10. This is Chapman. Chapman cutting back across the field. He's going to get about 12, so he's at the 9-yard line. Placer handily just doing pretty much whatever they want, David.
And it's going to be such a long night for Laguna Creek if they can't get some kind of penetration from the offensive line. And we've seen that from the past 2 games of Laguna Creek's as they're about to run a play, and I'll get to that in a second.
Inside handoff, this is Mario Perez, and Mario will just take it right on in. Touchdown, Placer. With 6 minutes and 1 second left in the first quarter. Placer goes up 13-0. Like you said, it's going to be a really long night for Laguna Creek. If they can't at least stop some part of the offensive game of the Placer Hillmen. And with that extra point, Placer Hillmen 14 and the Laguna Creek Cardinals nothing. You're watching exclusive coverage of the NorCal Game of the Week. We'll be right back.
The late summer, early fall project sale is happening right now at B&C in the Fowler Center. It's the perfect time of year to finish up those summer projects and get ready for fall. Maybe it was finally the last summer for that old barbecue, or time to replace that leaking water heater. B&C helps with every project, every season. And remember the bargains for September? They're only at B&C True Value Home and Garden Center.
Welcome back. So, David, let's take a look at that replay here, that Placer score.
Yeah, and we're just going to keep on mentioning this the whole night. The blocking for Placer is just overpowering the defensive line for Laguna Creek, and it's going to make Mario Perez's job just so much easier tonight if he could just follow his blockers and get the easy yardage.
And that he got. So back now to receive the kickoff. I believe we've had a change in receivers. I believe that's number 13 out there, or maybe it's Jacob Williams. It's Jacob Williams, number 14. He'll try it again. Kick will go, taken about the 3-yard line. This is Williams getting ahead of steam, looking for some room, and is taken down right about the 23-yard line.
Jacob Williams takes the return up to the 23-yard line. Tackle made by Johnny.
Now, Paul, usually with 5 minutes left to go in the first quarter, sorry to interrupt you, I usually don't like to call football games this early, but if Laguna Creek can't get a score, either a field goal or a touchdown, they got to get the ball moving. This is going to be a long night if they can't get the ball moving.
They got to get a first down. Inside handoff now, off tackle. That actually goes for about 3 yards.
Washington takes the carry up to the 26-yard line.
Nice play on the outside by Myers. Ron Myers bringing him down. That was Silas Washington with the ball handling. Pass play. This time it is complete for the first completion of the game. Out to Kenneth Woods, number 2, and that will move the chains to about 3rd down 4. Good pass play that time.
And you have to keep it simple if you're Laguna Creek. You just got to get those short yardage, get the little stick routes to get off the defenders in coverage and set up these 3rd and short situations.
Hand off the left side. He's going to have enough for the first down, I believe. Silas Washington. And it will be a first down. So they found a little bit of daylight there off of that left side of the Placer line. They're going to work it until it closes up, I'm sure. 1st and 10. He wants to throw the ball, does, out in the flats to Jacob Williams, and Williams is down the sideline.
Oh,
he
baby.
could score.
He's gone.
He is gone. Surprising everybody in the Placer stands, Jacob Williams taking the ball on the flats and just outrunning the entire defense of the Placer Hillmen.
Well, for Laguna Creek, he's the tallest player on their offense. He's a 6'2", 187-pound receiver, and he just shoved off the defender and just took it the distance. That was a great play, and he's going to have to be the focal point of this offense going forward if they're going to have to score points.
You know, he's a big physical guy, and he just threw that guy off and just ran down the sideline. Just short little pass. Now, we've got a very interesting formation lining up. We're going to have to get a description for this. We saw this with the Nevada Union Miners, but it's not going to work if they're going to hike the ball over the quarterback's head. Score now 14-6. Hillmen still lead. This is your NorCal Team of the Week.
Are you ready to buy or sell your home or property? Placer Title is your local title and escrow company located right here in the heart of Nevada County. We combine the stability of a national insurer with all the benefits of on-site title and escrow professionals. Being voted the best title company by the union readers for the past 7 years is a true testament to our local roots and unparalleled customer service. Stop by one of our 2 convenient locations, and thank you for keeping your business local.
Okay, well, for the first time tonight, we're going to see a kickoff by the Laguna Creek Cardinals after a stellar catch and run by Jacob Williams to bring the game within 8 points. Back is Brad Bishop and Travis Warren to receive. Good low kick. Taken up front and then wrestled down at the 35-yard line. We're still waiting to see who it was up front there that got that. Looked like it was number 28. No, number 8, Ryan Arnell, taking that kick. I used to play that position, David, in high school, and I was always astounded. The ball come right at you and always bounced off my helmet.
Well, that's the idea, I think, of those kickoffs. You kick it to someone who's not used to having the ball in his hands on those kickoff returns. Gives you a better chance of maybe him sticking it out and punching it out for another fumble.
Hope for the best. Hillman will take over now on their 35. Straight inside handoff, right up the middle. That was Marshall Chapman, and there's a flag on the play. I'm not sure what's going on out there. May have been a personal foul. Let's see what the call is. Personal foul against Placer. I think it had something to do with the tight end going out to block the safety. Something was going on out there. But it will cost Placer 15 yards. They're now saying it's a dead ball foul. I'm getting that from our producer. So it's...
Looks like it's going to be 1st and 18.
Second down and 18.
Placer with the reverse. Not much room there. Now he gets away. He's going to find some room to the left side. A whole lot of room, and he'll be thrown out of bounds finally. Getting to the ball, Daniel Brown to throw out Marshall Chapman. Chapman couldn't find anything going on the right side. Decided to try it left side and found a whole bunch of room.
Well, Chapman got the ball on the double reverse from the backfield option, and he cut it back to the middle of the field, couldn't find anything, cut it back to the outside, found tons of space, just turned on the afterburners, and got a huge chunk of yards from that 2nd down and 18.
Placer taking over right where they left off in the last series. Stuke with the hard count drives them off sides, and they'll pick up an extra 5 yards as the train goes by for the 2nd time tonight.
Well, I think the train horn is what startled the defensive end and will cause the offside penalty.
It's all good. This train's coming in from Reno. You can tell it's the Reno Fun Train going by right behind us. In fact, I'm surprised my producer hasn't jumped off camera and just jumped on that train.
Why do they got to be so loud? Like, we get it. You're a train. You're going by. You don't have to kill our eardrums.
That's a good point. I never figured that one out. 1st down now and 5. Good pass to the flats. This is out to number 47, Lewis Fudge, and Fudge will get the 1st down and a whole bunch more. He'll be down to about the 30-yard line. You know, Lewis Fudge is starting to become a prime receiver. When they throw it out there, he certainly catches the ball, that's for sure.
And for the first time, Laguna Creek actually had a free rusher coming into the backfield, but Stuck was able to evade him and really roll outside the pocket and find Fudge on the little seam route and got the 1st down.
But they still haven't figured out how to put somebody on the receiver out there. He's all by himself. Straight up the middle this time. Hammering away at the left side. That is Perez. Perez far and away the leading ball handler tonight, rushing anyway. Still could bring the play in. Wide out to the right will be Burness. Inside handoff. Gets a couple. That'll be Chapman. Very relaxed team tonight. They're not all hyped up at all on the sideline. When we saw them against Nevada Union, this team was rocking. Tonight, not so much. Quick handoff inside. That'll be Perez.
And I think the reason why you're seeing them more relaxed is after their loss to Nevada Union, they went to, I forgot who they played. They played Aptos, and
right.
They shut them out 21-0. And so coming off of that, when I'm sure you're able to find your rhythm, really find a zen, and come out tonight and really dominate the game early on.
This is the 2nd home game this year for Placer. Next week is a bye, which is always something that the coaches look forward to. Get the team healed up and ready for league. 1st down. Out there and catch a beautiful pass. Beautiful pass and catch. Dakin catching it over his left shoulder, and a perfectly thrown ball by Michael Stuck.
You couldn't ask for a better ball from Michael Stuck's hand. I mean, just on the money, was able to get it just in front of the defender as he tried to come in and swat the ball, but ended up in the arms of Chandler Dakin. Now the Hillmen take an even bigger lead.
Wow, Chandler Dakin just really it was such a pretty play, both the throw and the catch. We'll take a look at the replay right after the extra point here. Ball down is good and up, and it is good. So we'll take a break here. 21-6. The Placer Hillmen lead here. 2 minutes left in the 1st quarter. This is your NorCal Game of the Week. Touchdown Productions. We'll be right back.
Thank you, Doug. Saving the whole rodeo.
So let's take a look at that pitch and catch here by Michael Stuke for that touchdown.
Yeah, and in that formation, you have a bunch formation, really tight on the line of scrimmage, really allows receivers to break off and go towards the corner of the end zone. And just, as we mentioned, a beautifully thrown ball by Michael Stuck, finding his receiver taken for the touchdown.
Ron Meyer to kick off for the Hillmen. And back once again, number 14, Jacob Williams will take the ball. Williams looking for something inside, tries outside, back through. If he can drive away, nope. Taken down by number 2, Bishop. Williams one player away from breaking it away again. Let's see if they can generate some offense like they did the last time they had the football.
And Jacob Williams was the guy that really sparked the offense last possession, going for, I think, a 60-plus yard touchdown reception. A lot of yards after the catch, but Placer are going to have to wrap him up when he does catch the football in those short yard situations.
It's going to be a free play. It looks like no, there's no flag. Number 36, the Silas Williams. It looked like there was an offside on Placer, but Zebras have decided to keep the flags in their pocket. Good play, Rob's at center. Number second down and 5.
5 yards on the carry. That'll bring up the second down and 5.
Bringing the play in from the sideline, Mason Smith, number 4. Smith will throw the ball, and right through the hands of Jacob Williams. Williams wasn't going to get a lot on the play. He was pretty well covered, but needs to catch the ball before he decides what he's going to do with it.
And you've seen a couple mental lapses from Williams already in this game. We saw earlier on the kickoff return, he decided to cut back and actually lost a ton of yards on the kickoff return. Just one right there just zips through his hands.
They want to throw at Williams again, and he gets it, but he's going to get no yardage. Williams cut his route off real early. Didn't get the first down. Only made it like a 2-yard. Only made about a 2-yard gain on that. Jorge Maldonado makes the tackle for Placer, and they're back in punting position again.
And that's that situation where if Williams catches that ball, you have to bring him down. You can't let him break off the first tackle and get into open space, and Maldonado did just that. Really wrapped him around the hips and just drug him to the ground.
Here comes, the kick is blocked, and it will be picked up. No, they're going to fall on it. Took a long time. Blocked by, looks like Johnny Callahan, huh, Dave?
Yeah, he's a free rusher just running in from the near side of that formation. Just the punter took a little bit too long to get that punt off, and Callahan made him pay, was able to get a hand on that, and Placer once again with great field position.
So, of all things that the Cardinals didn't need, a blocked punt. Seemed like it took that ball about 30 seconds to get back from the center to the punter. 34 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Placer's got a chance to score before they go. He's looking to pass. He's got a man. He's wide open. There he is. And it's intercepted in the end. No, they're going to say it. Yes, it is intercepted by the Cardinals. Kenneth Woods goes back and fields the ball. I'll tell you, David, he was wide open. He had Chapman all by himself out there. Just couldn't get the ball to him.
Yeah, that one was a little underthrown, but Kenneth Woods actually made an incredible play on the ball. It was tipped up a little bit and wasn't able to cleanly catch it, but diving to the ground, able to secure that football. What a play by Kenneth Woods, and really giving Laguna Creek a lifeline here.
Placer getting greedy, tried to score before the quarter. Inside handoff. This is Silas Williams, and Williams bounces off. He's still running. Good little play. Silas Washington 5 yards, and that probably be the last play of the quarter. So, with the score, Placer 21 and Laguna Creek 6. We'll take a break, come back for the second quarter. You're watching exclusive coverage of the NorCal Game of the Week here at touchdownproductions.com. Come on back, please.
This week at SPD Markets, T-bone steaks, whole chicken legs, and pork chops are all on the menu. And the SPD butchers are there every single day to give you tips on preparing your favorite meals. Add in their weekly specials, and you'll see real savings every time you shop. So be local and shop local at SPD Markets in Nevada City and Grass Valley. It's where your neighbors shop.
Back here at Lefevre Stadium, beginning of the second quarter. Laguna Creek will start off 2nd and 5. Long pass play. He's got a receiver if he can handle it. No, over his head. That was number 2, Kenneth Woods. Woods needed to just keep running that time, David.
Yeah, although that ball was a little overthrown. It was tightly contested by the safety in the second level. That was Johnny Callahan on the coverage. But when you look at the Laguna Creek offense, I mean, you have receivers, Jacob Williams, 6'2", 187 pounds, Kenneth Woods, 6'1", 185 pounds. You have really tall receivers. You almost got to just put it up and let them body him up and really grab that ball at the peak.
3rd down now and 5. Laguna Creek really needs. Yeah, they're going to get one on an offside by Placer. They're going to get a first down here, it looks like. That play may have been just on the hard count. Let's see if that's enough to move the chains. It is. Jumping off sides there on the right side. That was number 16, Chandler Dakin. 1st and 10. Inside handoff. This is Silas Washington again. Washington, Dave, has a very, very interesting stance in the backfield. You notice that?
Yeah, he's in a 3-point stance, almost like what you traditionally see in a fullback in most I formation settings. But in this kind of formation, it's just a quick handoff right there, and allows really Washington to just power his feet and really get enough power from his legs to try and push up and get some carries.
He is so low to the ground. Quick pass out the flats. This looks like it's going to have some chance to move, and once again, we're seeing Jacob Williams, and Williams will catch he'll get a first down out of that, I believe.
And that's going to be most of the passing game for Laguna Creek, is just throwing it to either Jacob Williams or Kenneth Woods and just letting them make plays. They're big enough where they can shrug off some defenders. That's basically just going to be the offense in terms of the passing game for Laguna Creek tonight.
It is a first down, so that's the second first down they've gotten in this series. Laguna Creek showing a little bit of esprit de corps here on their offense. It's inside to Washington and a throw outside to Williams. 1st 10. Here's Washington on the inside. He's going to get a couple. 11-12 here on the clock here. Second quarter. There's the Hillman defense right there. Big number 16, Chandler Dakin. 2nd down. He's going to pass the ball, and he's got oh wow, that was almost intercepted. Jacob Williams was out there, made the turn, and just as he turned, the defender just missed the interception.
Yeah, Colin Wright just made a great play on the ball, was able to track it right in time before Jacob Williams really was able to get a hand on it, but just great defense by the safeties from Placer.
You know, if they were ever to go to the left side, certainly no one's looking over that side. I wonder who they have to throw to over there. They've only thrown so far at Williams. So we got a timeout here on the field. We'll take a break. And with 10:44 left in the second quarter, Hillmen leading 21-6. This is your NorCal Game of the Week. We'll be right back.
With nearly 30 years of proudly serving our community, Auburn Toyota is expanding to offer more new Toyota inventory than ever before. Chances are we have the exact Toyota model you want, ready for you to drive home today. With many years of combined sales experience and hundreds of new Toyota cars, trucks, 4x4s, and SUVs, now is the perfect time to buy at Auburn Toyota. Come see why for generations Foothill Toyota buyers buy from Auburn Toyota, which is why we like to say Auburn Toyota is the place where the customers come back.
Welcome back here to the Fever Stadium. Third down now for the Cardinals. Looking left, and there he is, all by himself. That's number 8. Oh, he just can't catch the ball. They were listening to what we were saying. That's number 8, Boyer. And Boyer just couldn't catch the ball all by himself out for a first down and maybe more.
Boyer heard the running footsteps of Johnny Callahan. If he caught that ball, Johnny Callahan was coming in to lay the wood right there. He can hear him coming, and I think that's what led to the drop. But still, like these chances, these wide open chances that Laguna Creek are getting in this situation, you have to execute if you want to stay in this football game.
And he was wide open. So back to punt now. Laguna Creek, another almost a block. Got a little piece of it maybe, but they're getting a fantastic roll. And Placer will fall on it. My goodness, it ended up to be a fantastic punt.
Yeah, the net yards took him back all the way to about the 23. It was a lot better, but once again, the free rusher coming on the far side of the formation was able to get a tip on the ball, and that's got to be a situation where you have to adjust and you have to put an extra blocker on that right-hand side of the formation to prevent something like that happening.
Placer will take over 21-6. Lots of time left here in the second quarter. Wouldn't surprise me that they go for the long ball right off the bat here. Let's see what Coach Montoya calls. They're going to run it, and boy, there's some room. He's got a chance to go all the way. And the only one out there that could possibly make the tackle, that is number 5, Taylor, and he does make that tackle. It will be a first down for Placer. Stuck over the ball. Quick handoff. Looks like it's to Perez. Perez won't go anywhere. No, it looks like it's Chapman now. It'll be third down and 9. Good opportunity here for the Cardinals to force a punt out of Placer. Inside handoff. This is going to be reverse. Caught, let go, keeps driving. He's not going to have enough for the first down. Looks like it's going to be fourth down now. It will be fourth down and 5, and it will force a punt. I'm being told now it's third down. Is it, David?
Yeah, it's third down.
Third and 5. Stuck. Quick handoff. Looks left-hand side. Got lots of room to run and does get the first down. That is Chapman. So Placer continues to move the football pretty much at will. Whole left-hand side or right-hand side for the Placer Hillmen completely annihilated by the offensive line.
And it's just good blocking, even by the receivers on the outside, allowing Chapman, especially on that run, to break open and really get some good yardage.
Let's see if they go back to that. No, they're going to pass the ball. Got lots of room downfield. Double move. Doesn't find the ball, and it falls over his head. That was Travis Warren out there. Warren made a nice little move. Just ball couldn't be delivered properly, and Warren Watches as it falls over his head.
Yeah, and that really should have been a better ball from Stuck. He had Warren open, and Warren made a nice move to evade the safety there, Jacob Williams. He really had him turned. And if that was just a better ball, it would have been a touchdown, another 6 points.
Second down now. 8:23 left here in the second quarter. Stuck. Going to be a quick handoff. There's lots of room there for Perez. Perez bowling over them on the left-hand side. Gets his first down. Gain of about 12. Perez just keeping low and driving his legs.
And when you have a big running back like that, I mean, Perez is almost as big as some of the defensive linemen for Laguna Creek. It is so hard to bring down a guy like that who has such momentum going forward. It's so tough to tackle a running back like that.
Placer, inside handoff again. Once again, I believe this is Mario Perez. It ain't broke, don't fix it. Let's see. Yes, number 24, Perez. He'll get a couple. Hasn't been any flags in a while either, David, and so now Placer is starting to get into a rhythm. They like to run a little quicker out of the huddle. Stuck over the ball, quick handoff. Here comes that right side again. He's just trotting, looking for a hole. Lots of room. Popped just as he makes the turn. Still a gain of about 15. That's Chapman, number 5 for Laguna Creek coming over. That's Taylor, came over and put one right on the ear hole. Placer, though, seems to be moving the ball. They go to that right side. There's all kinds of room.
Well, it's the best 1-2 punch you can have. You have Mario Perez going right up the middle, and you get Chapman on those outside runs.
Inside handoff. Great deception in the backfield. That's Scott. Everybody getting a chance to touch the ball tonight. Scott doing a great job taking it on the inside. Clock continues to move here in the second quarter, 7:04. Placer on the move. Second man through. And it's a touchdown. Brad Bishop. Bishop's caught a couple balls tonight. This time he runs one in. Placer up 27-6 here. And that offensive line showing their strength, just clearing everybody out there. We'll look at the replay after the extra point. Back to kick, Dakin. Dakin's going to wait until they get the defense set here. Official hasn't put the ball down quite yet. Dakin up and good. So with that extra point, 28-6, Placer dominating the Laguna Creek Cardinals. We'll take a look at the replay of that touchdown when we come back. This has been your NorCal Game of the Week. TouchdownProductions.com. We'll see you in a bit.
Hey, hon, remember the guys are coming over later to watch the game.
Make a play for winning trays from Portisets. We have the perfect tray for every game and every fan. So use your app or order online today.
Make Portisets your destination.
Here we are back here at Lefevre Stadium. Let's talk about that touchdown, David.
You know, just once again, we're going to hear this time after time. It's just the blocking. The blocking is so perfect and just allows Bishop to just really break through and really get a great run and put up another 6 points. But when Joey Montoya looks back at the game film, you want to see great blocking. Watch the game film from this game. I'm sure he's going to give all of his offensive linemen a ton of candy bars, something to reward them because they deserve it. They're putting an absolute clinic on that offensive line.
Well, Cardinals will get a chance to get the ball back again. Another shortish kick. This is going to fall. He's got to field that ball. Number 7, that's Gannett. Gannett taking it sideways, not getting too much advancement, and they'll take over at about their 8-yard line. Cardinals have had one big scoring play tonight, and that was a pass play out to number 14, Jacob Williams. And other than that, they haven't had a whole lot of success on offense. A total of about 4, maybe 5 first downs. They have 6 minutes and 46 seconds here on the clock in the second quarter. See if they can get something done now. Still with the quarterbacking duties, Woods under the ball, quick handoff, that's to Washington, and Washington is picked up and thrown backwards. Washington, they like to run Washington between the center and the guards, right side or left side, David.
They usually do, but it's tough because in that formation, when you have Washington lined up about 1 or 2 yards behind them, it doesn't really allow for any outside runs. You're only forced to go up the middle. And for Washington, who's only 5'5", 155 pounds, he doesn't have that power to break through that defensive line of Placer and really break off some big plays.
They want to throw. He's going to look to the left. He's now going to run. Gets back just beyond the line of scrimmage. He might have picked up 2 or 3. Nah, maybe he got 1. Yeah, it'll make it third down. Clock continues to run here. He was brought down that time by number 64, Blake Brahman. Third down. Looks to the left, got some room in the middle, doesn't see his receiver in the middle, wide open, and he'll take a sack. That looks like number 24 on the sack, Mario Perez, coming in from his defensive back position to make that sack.
But on that last play, we saw Laguna Creek go with a spread shotgun formation. I think either late in this first half or even in the second half, you're going to see a lot more spread, I think, from Laguna Creek to be able to try and diversify their playmaking and try to get the ball to their playmaking receivers.
Blake Bishop back to take the punt. They need to put somebody on that right side, like you were saying, David.
And that's what they're exactly doing.
Twice their kicks have been almost blocked. Weak snap again, but they're going to kick it away from Blake, and it'll go out of bounds. It looks like maybe at about the 35-yard line. Catching the ball way out of bounds is Marshall Chapman, and he gets some applause from his sideline cohorts. So Placer will take back over with lots of time, and they can see if they can make another touchdown before the half.
Yeah, the ball's on the 31-yard line. They can easily do it.
There's Joey Montoya. Always coaching, always teaching. I love the way Joey Montoya coaches. My kind of football coach. So they'll take over 1st and 10. Ball on the 31-yard line. 4:37 left in the quarter. No offside. Looked like it was offside by the Cardinals, but there's no flag down. Out in the flats, number 8, that's Arnold. He'll catch one. Another nice pass, David, by Michael Stuck.
And because Laguna Creek are expecting the run, because Placer have had so much success running the football, the play action pass really is going to be a friend of Joey Montoya's later in the second half. Really allow for open receivers to get open.
Inside handoff. Everybody was looking past it, but he's got to run. I think he's going to make it. He may be just short of the first down. That was Arnold again. Joey Montoya giving everybody a chance to touch the ball tonight. I'm told by Gil Dominguez that Jacob Williams, number 14, may be hurt on the sideline. We'll have to check into that. Inside handoff, lots of room. His legs are churning. He wants the goal line, gets it to about the 5. That's Chapman. Boy, Chapman, He was hunting it there, David. Just wanted that goal line and almost got there. It's senior night. And we'll have a nice halftime show for you. Inside handoff, and it's going to be Chapman in for the touchdown. So the Placer Hillmen continue to rout the Laguna Creek Cardinals. It is a yawner here at Lefevre Stadium, unfortunately. We do see these from time to time. It's 34, soon to be 35-6. Lining up for the extra point. And it is up, and it is, actually there's a flag down the play. It may have been an offside. It was an offsides against the Laguna Creek Cardinals. I don't believe they will kick it again. Let's see. It is, and it was before the play, so they will be kicking it again. David Kline will have the replay when we come back from break after this extra point. Snap is good, down and up and good. Second time through again. So that makes it 35-6 now. The Hillmen lead with 3:03 left in the second quarter. We'll be back to Lefevre Stadium in just a bit. This is your Touchdown Productions Network NorCal Game of the Week. We'll be right back.
The late summer, early fall project sale is happening right now at B&C in the Fowler Center. It's the perfect time of year to finish up those summer projects and get ready for fall. Maybe it was finally the last summer for that old barbecue, or time to replace that leaking water heater. B&C helps with every project, every season. And remember the bargains for September? They're only at B&C True Value Home and Garden Center.
Back here at Lefevre Stadium, David, let's talk about that last touchdown.
Once again, just Chapman, just finding the space in the line, breaking through and finding the plane, really putting this one out of reach for Laguna Creek as Placer up 35-6 with 3:03 left to go in the second quarter.
3 minutes left to play in the half, and your play-by-play now will be with David Kline. David?
All right, Paul, let's do this. Kicking off for Placer will be Ryan Meyer. Back to receive for the Cardinals. No Jacob Williams, he's out on the sideline injured. It's going to be Kenneth Woods, the other tall receiver they have. Kick is up, and it's actually short, and that's going to go out of bounds. Flag is thrown, so they will spot the ball at the 40-yard line for this possession.
Looking for the offense of the Cardinals to come in. I see Joey Montoya making some substitutions now. We may start seeing some second stringers come in.
I mean, 35-6 already in the second quarter. You're kind of asking for a short night, an early shower, enjoying the homecoming atmosphere from the fans and the students. And once again, the referees confirming an illegal kick. Ball will be spotted actually at the 35-yard line of the Cardinals. Now first down and 10, 3:03 left to go. It's again Placer leading the Cardinals 35-6. Under center is Mason Smith. Takes a snap, short drop back, finds a receiver on the outside, completed, and taking a couple Placer defenders to bring him down. I believe that was Jacob Williams actually back in the game from a short injury on the sideline.
Well, there's never any question who he's going to throw to. He just looks right over there and throws the ball out. No play action pass, no looking left and going right. He just looks to the right and throws it. Good for 4 yards.
Just under 2:30 left to go in the first half. Second down from the 38-yard line. Smith now in the shotgun. Split receivers on his right and his left. He brings one in motion. Handing the ball off to Williams, and going to be gaining back just to the line of scrimmage is Williams once again. bring up third down.
Yardage mark on the far side of the field is almost always off. We've got to be careful not to look at it, David. That time they're using their only real skill player, Williams, coming across the field that time, taking the handoff and cutting upfield. They're going to take a timeout.
And with the score, Placer leading the Cardinals 35-6. We'll be right back after this break. This is your NorCal Game of the Week.
This week at SPD Markets, T-bone steaks, whole chicken legs, and pork chops are all on the menu. And the SPD butchers are there every single day to give you tips on preparing your favorite meals. Add in their weekly specials, and you'll see real savings every time you shop. So be local and shop local at SPD Markets in Nevada City and Grass Valley. It's where your neighbors shop.
2:13 left to go in the second quarter. Placer Hillmen leading the Laguna Creek Cardinals 35-6, bringing up third down and 8 for the Cardinals on their own 38-yard line. It's going to be Mason Smith under center in that tight formation. Get a little jump from a Hillman defender, and that will draw an offsides flag. Make it third down and 3 coming up.
No hole in the pocket with this officiating crew. They're going to throw a flag every single time. I didn't think he got across the line of scrimmage, but they're going to say it was offsides. Placer, it'll move the ball. They won't have a first down, but it'll be maybe third down now and about 3, David.
Yeah, Lewis Fudge, the perpetrator on that offside call, setting up a 3rd and short for the Cardinals from Laguna Creek. Referee resumes play, 2:11 in the second quarter. Mason Smith under center. Takes a snap, looks to his right, and it looks like that was intercepted. Might have hit the ground, and referee saying it's incomplete. Mason Smith off the mark, trying to find his receiver, Jacob Williams. Almost paid the price with another turnover.
Williams way past that ball. It was thrown in the dirt behind him. They need to get their routes together. I'm kind of shocked that the Cardinals are going to kick here, David. I would think that they'd go for it on 4th and 2.
I mean, on their own 43-yard line, it's kind of a tough call. They really haven't had much success in either the run or the pass. I don't know if that's a white flag. I don't know about you, Paul. Either way, Donovan Hayes back to receive the punt and punt this ball away if it's not kicked, and gets a clean punt off, a wobbly punt, and it's actually going to take a pretty favorable bounce on the sideline.
Yeah, no kidding.
And it will be downed, it looks like, at around the 15, 16-yard line. Actually, sorry, make that the 18-yard line. And now Placer leading by 29. Have 2 minutes to put another score up on the board.
We will have a running clock. If Placer was to get ahead by 40 points or more, the clock will go to a continuously running clock. It's kind of a mercy clock, we call it.
Now setting up a down. First down and 10. And referee's blowing the play dead, a flag on the field.
That was number 54, Martin Rivera. And he got a little head start, tried to time the snap and just didn't do it.
And that's what it'll be, is a 5-yard offside penalty, setting up first down and 5 from the 23-yard line.
Martin Rivas. Rivas, a big inside linebacker. Didn't call his name tonight until he
Stock takes a snap,
offsides.
Play action, looking deep for his man, coming back to the play and knocked away by Jacob Williams, intended for his receiver Travis Warren, incomplete, bringing up second down.
Good play by Williams getting across the field that time. You know, Williams is, big, tall, strong kid. He really has some athleticism. I'd be willing to bet he's their best player on their basketball game too.
Jacob Williams, a senior receiver and corner for the Cardinals.
Gil, zoom in on Williams there. He's also got the best pair of shoes in the whole field.
Wearing those gold shoes, second down and 5. Stuck takes a snap, dropping back, looking towards the sideline for his receiver, and breaking off a tackle is Chapman. He evades another one, all the way past the 45-yard line. Big game for the Placer Hillmen right there. Marshall Chapman on the reception.
And Williams came over, gave him a lick, but didn't tie him up, didn't get his arms around him. Hit him with his shoulder and just kind of bounced off. Got to go a little lower, at least to wrap him up. Missed an opportunity for a good play.
Play will resume as soon as the chain gang sets up position, and will be first down and 10 from the 47-yard line of the Hillmen. And a spike to stop the clock. Michael Stuck will bring up second down after this play.
So Stuck and Coach Montoya deciding, rather than burn a timeout, they'll just take it down, talk about it. Coach Montoya never gives up and not looking to go in the locker room without scoring again.
And why not? We got a pretty good crowd out here. Why not give the fans something more to cheer about with another score before the half? 1:40 left to go. Second down and 10 from the 47-yard line. Bringing a man in motion, fakes the handoff. Stuck evading, decides to run up the middle, throws at the last second just to evade the defender. And
gonna be grounding.
Yeah, might be grounding. I'm not sure.
Nobody out there except for the rodents and everybody standing on the sideline. So I believe they're going to be called for a grounding.
And that is what the call will be. Intentional grounding on Michael Stuck, the junior quarterback, who besides the interception taken away by Kenneth Woods has had a pretty decent day.
I'm not sure if the rule is if he gets out of the pocket, he can ground the ball like that. It looked like at least he was moving around there. He wasn't in the pocket.
Yeah, he was actually pretty close to the line of scrimmage on that one. Either way, it'll set up about third and a long way.
Maybe a third and maybe 19.
Correct. We'll be a loss down too, so we'll be third down and 18 from the 39-yard line. Stuck with a play action once again. Looking deep, takes a hit, and he completes the pass. What a catch by Marshall Chapman.
Chapman coming back with his hands together and brings one down. We got a flag, though, in the backfield.
And that might be a roughing the passer. Stuck took a huge hit as soon as he let that ball go.
It's going to be a hold. Let's see what the call is.
Whoa, it is a hold on the offense. What a shame. That was a beautiful play, beautiful catch by Marshall Chapman. And now it sets up third and even longer.
Chapman made up enough yardage to get a first down, regardless of the fact they were third and 18. And you're right, it was a perfect spiral right on the numbers. But it's all for naught. Now it is third and a country mile.
I think it's going to be third and 28, considering it's a 10-yard holding penalty. Actually,
I
take
think
that back.
it's closer to third and 35, David.
Third and 35 from the 21-yard line. That's what the official call will be. Stuck. Play action once again. Rolling. Takes a shot. Finds his man. He's got Fudge. Fudge takes it, and he gets out of bounds. He actually might get the first down.
He did. I think he got the first. Oh, my goodness. How did that happen?
You never, ever see a third and 35 reception.
Lewis Fudge, we're going to call him Louise now. This man can catch the football. What a beautiful pass and throw again. But, I mean, where's the defense out there? It's just not there.
It's been a rough night so far for the Laguna Creek Cardinals.
3 long passes in a row, all receptions. You know, and when you're third and 35, you think you're throwing the ball.
That was just a great play. Fudge just got open on the corner out in the sideline. It's a great ball from Stuck. Able to get the first down. Now first down on the Cardinal 40-yard line. Stuck takes a quick snap, play action. Finds his receiver in the flat. That's Brad Bishop. Steps out of bounds, getting an 11-yard gain. Another first down for Placer.
And I'll tell you, the Cardinals look like they want to go home. It's only a minute, 8 seconds left. They wanted to get into the clubhouse, and they're just not playing defense.
I can't imagine what that halftime talk is going to be like from Dan Davis.
Minute 8 left, David.
First down and 10, going to be on the Cardinal 29-yard line, and Placer still has 2 of their timeouts remaining. So they can still use the full wide range of their playbook if they want to run the ball a couple times. Stuck, drops back, finds his man on the right side of the flat. Oh, and takes a big hit.
Boom, shakalaka, right down there. Number 5, Dejon Taylor comes over and reminds him he's still in the game.
Yeah, Brad Bishop took a huge hit on that, was not able to corral the ball. Actually dropped it before Taylor even made the hit. Brings up second down. Stuck under center. Finds his man in motion. It's going to be delayed. Actually, it's going to be Brad. It's me, Chapman. What a play that was. That's the
classic wraparound draw. The Placer Hillmen have been running that play for years. It scored so many touchdowns. As the quarterback comes back, he puts the ball behind the back of the fullback who looks like he's in to block, fakes them out, and then the fullback takes off.
That is tricky. That is going deep in your playbook and pulling out a play that works. You see draws that a little bit of hesitation, but that's a full 2-3 seconds to go. But Placer takes a timeout. 56 seconds left to go in the second quarter. We'll be right back for these last 56 seconds. You are listening to Touchdown Productions, NorCal Game of the Week.
With nearly 30 years of proudly serving our community, Auburn Toyota is expanding to offer more new Toyota inventory than ever before. Chances are we have the exact Toyota model you want, ready for you to drive home today. With many years of combined sales experience and hundreds of new Toyota cars, trucks, 4x4s, and SUVs, now is the perfect time to buy at Auburn Toyota. Come see why for generations Foothill Toyota buyers buy from Auburn Toyota, which is why we like to say Auburn Toyota is the place where the customers come back.
And we're back, 56 seconds left to go in this first half. Placer Hillmen leading the Laguna Creek Cardinals 35-6. Placer will set up in a first down and 10 on the 12-yard line of the Cardinals. But, Paul, this first half.
56 seconds left. You know they're going to go into that end zone. You know they're going to get in there. We're going to come back in the second half with a running clock, it would appear. Hillman will probably try that right side again. It's been wide open all night. Cardinals need to bow their backs. See if they can hold them out just for pride.
Stuck under center. Play action once again, finding his man in the flat. Oh, a little too far in front of his intended receiver, Marshall Chapman.
First bad throw we've seen Stuck throw tonight. He was clearly wide open, though. He had to take a little something off that one.
There's been tons of those situations where it's a play action. He's got a receiver in the flat, and they've been wide open literally every single time. Couple substitutions coming in for Placer. Travis Warren lining up out wide as Michael Stuck comes back into the huddle. 51 seconds left to go, second down and 10 from the Cardinal 12-yard line. Stuck takes a snap, drops back, looks to the right, finds his receiver. Warren, one-handed catch, brings that in, and he stretches out for the goal line. That's a touchdown for Placer. What a play.
Marshall Chapman. Holy cow, was that some kind of play or what?
Warren bringing in one-handed, breaking the tackle, the defender stretching out for the goal line. What a play. Wow.
You don't see him much better than that. You're right. That's the one you see on SportsCenter. Reaching out with a gloved hand, pulls it in, and then just pure out of second and third effort, manages to get the ball over the cone.
41-6 pending the extra point. 45 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Ryan Meyer on the kick for the PAT. Kick is up, and it is good. So make that 42-6. Placer Hillmen lead the Laguna Creek Cardinals here on homecoming night. And we'll take a quick break for these last 45 seconds. You're listening to Touchdown Productions, NorCal Game of the Week.
Hey, hon, remember the guys are coming over later to watch the game.
Make a play for winning trays from Porticeps. We have the perfect tray for every game and every fan. So use your app or order online today.
Make Porticeps your destination.
Travis Warren with a one-handed touchdown grab puts Placer up 42-6 with 45 seconds left to go.
Let's look at that play again. In fact, I'll look at this play all night. This is one of the best we've seen all year. Travis Warren looking over. Look at that. Just grabs the ball out of air with one hand and then pure determination gets it across that cone for the touchdown. Wow.
That's probably the best touchdown play we've seen tonight.
Definitely tonight.
Now up to kick the ball away. It's Ryan Meyer back to receive it. It's Jacob Williams. Kick is up and a very short kick fielded by one of the upbacks. Evading a defender, it'll be thrown down inside the 40-yard line. Spotted right around the 38-yard line. 41 seconds left to go for Laguna Creek to get something out of this first half.
So if I'm Laguna Creek, I am going to probably take a knee and go into the clubhouse and lick my wounds. We will get a homecoming. You'll watch the floats come by and a little bit of the Placer marching band tonight. It's a big night for the seniors.
First down and 10 from the 39. And play stopped before the snap. The referees are calling their time.
I'm told now by Gil Dominguez there are no floats, and only Bear Rivers, I'm told now, has floats. I'm feeling.
My high school has floats in their homecoming.
I mean, I like floats, and I don't know why they don't have them here. You're right. There's nothing lined up on the track. No cars to bring in the Queens, but they will present the court. So if this half ever gets over, we will have that.
Paul Banks drawing an offsides. I'm sorry, Paul Banks giving up the offsides, setting up a first down and 5 for Laguna Creek. 40 seconds left to go. David Kline, Paul Brown on the call for tonight's game. Placer Hillmen leading 42-6 over the Laguna Creek Cardinals. Bring up a first down and 5 from the Cardinal 44-yard line. Mason Smith under center takes a snap, gives it to his up back. Washington, nowhere to go. Absolutely smothered at the line of scrimmage.
Washington hit the line of scrimmage.
The clock ticking underneath 30 seconds.
Second down. Yeah, under 30 seconds. It looks like they'll get a couple of plays off.
15 seconds running clock. Smith under center. Now under 10 seconds. Takes a snap, drops back. Smith under pressure, rolls out to his right and throws it out of bounds. Nowhere to go with it.
In the 3 seconds left, they will be fourth down, and once again the yardage marker on the far side of the field is wrong. Don't rely on that, David.
3 seconds left to go, third down and 4 from the Cardinal 45-yard line. Smith under center, two receivers out split wide. Hands it to Washington up the back and tackled for a gain of 2, and that will send us to the half. Placer Hillmen leading this one on homecoming night, 42-6 over the Laguna Creek Cardinals. Once again, we'll be back for the halftime homecoming show. You're listening to Touchdown Productions, NorCal Game of the Week.
The late summer, early fall project sale is happening right now at B&C in the Fowler Center. It's the perfect time of year to finish up those summer projects and get ready for fall. Maybe it was finally the last summer for that old barbecue, or time to replace that leaking water heater. B&C helps with every project, every season. And remember the bargains for September? They're only at B&C True Value Home and Garden Center.
Meeting was escorted by parents Melissa and Tony Ortega. Next, Janet Primer and Shreve. Jenna is escorted by parents Jennifer and Matthew Primer. Derek is escorted by dad Kevin Shreve, brother Ethan, and sister Ella. Next we have Maddie Mohar and Ryan Carnahan. Maddie is escorted by parents Gabrielle and Jim Mohar and sister Lauren. Ryan is escorted by parents Katie and Kevin and siblings Jordan. Next we have Claire Breckenridge and Mario Perez.
No, but unfortunately I've got multiple different people going in different places, so I stayed for this.
Claire is escorted by parents Shannon and Paul Breckenridge. Mario is escorted by mom
Jeremy.
Paula Berquist.
Come over here. Thank you.
And finally we have Jennifer Argueta and Ian Crone.
Well, there's... You're good. You're good. Sure. Nice to meet you.
Jennifer is escorted by cousin Jaime Vargas. Ian is escorted by parents Kim and Fred Crone. Each of the nominees are holding a colored balloon. The release of the balloons behind them will signify the winner. If the crowd could help us with a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Back here at Lefevre Stadium, gearing up for the second half of this game. Laguna Creek getting pretty much blown out, David, by Placer. Well, not pretty much, they are. 42-6 here. And They'll be kicking off to Placer to start the second half. Great halftime entertainment. Placer band and senior night here. Hope you enjoyed that. Homecoming crowd and the king and the queen here, crowned here at halftime. So the second half will get underway here. Long, long kick, and it will go into the end zone. It will come out to the 20-yard line. Placer will have the football. Placer being able to do pretty much anything they wanted so far. They have passed at will and run pretty much at will.
I think that's an understatement. The way Placer's been able to run the football tonight is they've been doing whatever they want.
Back at quarterback, Michael Stuck. We will give away a Player of the Week award, as we always do. Bill Slade and Sons Player of the Game. We will be announcing that here and handing it out at the end of this game. So as the first half started, so will the second half with a flag on the very first play. The Hillmen looked like they jumped off sides. I'm not sure if it will be, let's see. No, we'll go against the Cardinals. So we'll start off with a 1st and 5. Crowd still getting into their seat here in front of us here on the Placer sideline. First ball inside handoff reverse, and it's wide open. It'll be Arnold, Ryan Arnold, getting a lot of carries tonight. We haven't seen Arnold much in the first game we saw against Placer. He's clearly getting more and more handoffs, and coaches allowing him to handle the ball. Arnold, the junior. 1st and 10. We're going to try the left side wide open and running into his own man. That's Ryan Arnold again, and there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see what that is, David. David, are you awake here?
Yeah, I'm awake. I mean, in a 42-6 game, there isn't a ton to talk about, but it's actually going to be holding against the offense.
Let's see. Placer is going in the opposite direction. That's where the good news starts for the Cardinals. Bad news was that Arnold went right up the left side, and if he hadn't run into his own guy, he would have scored.
And that's the thing that you're seeing from this running attack. I mean, you have Mario Perez, you have Marshall Chapman, you have Brad Bishop, you have Ryan Arnell. This is a four-headed attack.
And you have a dominant offensive line.
It's just you can do so much with 4 powerful running backs like that.
Well, up the middle, and looks like he's gonna go all the way. Let's see if he can score. No, he'll be caught from behind. Good play. Getting caught from behind. We've called his name before. It's Connor Murray. Give some credit to catching Mario Perez, who was winding his way down the field and looking to score. Gosh, David, I'll tell you what. We're looking at player of the game, and David and I are coming to an impasse. We're talking about Mario Perez. We're talking about Michael Stuck.
I think you also got to add Marshall Chapman in that conversation, too. He's got 2 touchdowns himself.
You could also talk about Lewis Fudge. You could talk about a number of players.
Number 23, Cameron Bemis on the carry.
Cameron Bemis, it's the first time we've called his number tonight. Getting a touch. Gets 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down and 3. Glad you're joining us tonight from wherever you are across the internet. Enjoying Hillman football. 42-6 is the score. 8 minutes and 26 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Beautiful night in the foothills. Off to the left side and tackled from the back. We're calling his name and number a lot. That's number 88, Daniel Brown. Clearly the best defensive player on the field for the Cardinals.
He's really been the only one to actually get off his blocks and create some kind of penetration on that line.
He's a big boy, 6'2", 190 senior. Very athletic. But we'll sort this out here. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the Zebras come up with this. They're going to, it appears that it's against Placer, but we'll know here more in a second. It is a holding call against Placer, so they're going to back him up 10 yards. And it'll be from the spot of the foul, so it's going to be, now it'll be 2nd and 11. Clock winds, 2nd down. If Placer was to score here, it will go to a moving clock. Inside handoff and then met in the backfield. That's an excellent defensive play. That's number 65, Louis Hamer. Hamer getting in the backfield and stopping everything going on there.
He's a big guy. I mean, he's only 5'6", but 210 pounds at that height is still pretty big. And able to get off the block and make a play on the bigger running back in Mario Perez. I'm sorry, in Ryan Arnold.
They're going to try that side again, and by golly, they're not going anywhere. 3rd down and 11, and they're going to go backwards for one of the first plays tonight. So that will make it 4th down, and we're in 4-down territory down here on their own 30-yard line, so I'm sure Joey Montoya will dream something up. They've had a lot of success with their passing game tonight, so look for number 3, Brad Bishop. He's been probably the key receiver tonight, I would think, David.
Yeah, Bishop, I mean, Travis Warren, even making some of those plays, about one-handed catch, but
Bishop's lined off to the right-hand side. They're gonna run the football right up the middle here on 4th and long and give it up on down. So small victory for Laguna Creek. The Cardinals will take over on downs. Offensive will come on the field. And while they're coming off the field, we'll take a break here. This is your Touchdown Production Game of the Week. NorCal Game of the Week. We'll be right back. We're back on the field here. That was a very short break. Looking to throw the football, the standard down 4 yards and out play that we've seen maybe 30 times. And he throws it in the dirt more often than he throws it up high, I'd say, David.
Well, in that situation, the quarterback, Mason Smith, is taking a 3-step drop. And by that point, when he's done taking his drop, there's already pressure in his face. The pocket is collapsing. Doesn't have the ability to step into that throw and really deliver a dart, and that's why he's throwing off his back foot and leaving a little bit short to his receiver.
Cutting upfield now. 2nd down, that'll make it 3rd down. Not much yardage there. Clock continues to run down here in the 3rd quarter. I believe they do have a running clock now. I don't think they have stopped it.
No, I don't believe so either. I believe you said it was, what, 40 points and then they go running clock?
Normally,
35.
It may be 35 now. Looking for the outside pass, and that's incomplete as well. And the clock is continuing to run with the incomplete pass. So mercy rule in effect here for the Laguna Creek Cardinals. And with that pass play, we'll hand the play-by-play over to David Kline. David.
Thanks, Paul.
Wake up here, David. It's
I'm trying. I saw myself in the face a little bit.
Let me get you some cold water, mate.
Yeah, just stand up. Oh, got to get the leg stretching. But 4th down and 9. Back to punt. is Donovan Hayes. Actually, a pretty nice punt. No one back for Placer, and that's just going to take a very favorable bounce for Laguna Canyon. That will roll right at the 31-yard line.
He grabbed that ball like it was going someplace.
So now clock running, 2:40 and counting. Placer Hillmen with a 42-6 lead here on homecoming night. And it looks like Joey Montoya is still going to keep the gas on. He's bringing back out Michael Stuck. And looks like the rest of the first team offense.
You know, David, I'm not sure who their second string quarterback is, to tell you the truth. We have yet to see him on the field in any given game. They're on the roster not really showing another quarterback.
Well, Johnny Callahan is listed as a second quarterback. He's also mainly the defensive back. See if he gets some snaps late in the game. First down, handoff going up the middle. That's Arnell breaking off a couple of nice tackles and still staying on his feet, and finally just thrown down at the 50-yard line. A gain of 20 for Arnell.
Wow, I like this guy Arnell. He doesn't have any give up in him, does he?
No, clearly not.
Built kind of low and strong. He's a junior. We'll see a lot of him next year, I'll tell you. Maybe more of him this year if he runs like that.
Minute 30. Ball at the 50-yard line, first down for Placer. Stuck under center. In the wing tee. Hands it off on the counter. Trying to break a couple tackles and get back to the line of scrimmage, and maybe losing a yard on the carry is Cameron Bemis. Just under a minute. Placer Hillmen leading by 35. Second down and 11 at the 49-yard line. Setting up the formation, Stuck now under center. And a flag pre-snap. Looks like it'll be false start on the Hillmen, back him up another 5 yards. Clock keeps on counting with the mercy rule effect. Now under 10 seconds, this will be the last play of the third quarter. Stuck under center. Takes a snap, hands it off to Arnell once again, out right up the middle. Takes it and gets back to the original line of scrimmage back at the 50. Late flags coming in at the end of the third quarter.
I think it's a frustration foul, David. They're going to be a maybe even a man ejected. I think we had some punches thrown. Let's see what they talk about. I know number 54 is walking off the field. I believe he has been ejected. Let's see what the call is. That was Martin Rivas. When you start having a running clock in a game like this, there's some embarrassment on the side of the team that is being beaten down on. It's not unusual to see a few punches thrown or some extracurricular activity going on. They're going to caucus in the middle of the field here, and then they're going to decide where to place the ball. And with that, we have the end of the third quarter. No score in the third quarter. It will be a personal foul against.
Yeah, it looks like it's just going to be a personal foul. It doesn't look like any ejections. All right, well, that will end the third quarter. Placer Hillmen leading the Laguna Creek Cardinals 42-6. You are listening to Touchdown Productions NorCal Game of the Week.
This week at SPD Markets, T-bone steaks, whole chicken legs, and pork chops are all on the menu. And the SPD butchers are there every single day to give you tips on preparing your favorite meals. Add in their weekly specials, and you'll see real savings every time you shop. So be local and shop local at SPD Markets in Nevada City and Grass Valley. It's where your neighbors shop.
Welcome back to the fourth quarter. Placer Hillmen with a 42-6 lead over the Laguna Creek Cardinals. David Kline alongside Paul Brown. And guys, be sure to tune in next week for our NorCal Game of the Week. Paul and I will be traveling, and Gil Dominguez will be traveling to Rockland High School.
Do we have to take Gil?
I mean, Gil kind of runs the thing, so we kind of need him. He's kind of an important part of the project. But
down below us here, what's happening in the crowd here? I've never seen this.
Just threw like a smoke bomb or something like that.
Somebody threw up a bunch of talcum powder or something there. They're making it rain with talcum powder.
That's cool to see. All the students coming out and all the fans coming out for homecoming.
Homecoming hijinks. Next thing you know, they're going to be making party hats out of the M&M bags.
Now Stuck breaking the huddle, be first down and 10 from the 35-yard line. Stuck takes a snap, hands it off to his running back, and breaking some tackles is Bemis, and finally dragged down at the Cardinal 26-yard line. On the carry was Cameron Bemis.
And a cloud lingers over the field. As you can see, the green, whatever it was that they exploded, it's kind of hovering now. It's kind of ominous. Look at that. Let's hope it doesn't bring the fire department out. There it is.
Setting up second down and 1 from the 26-yard line. Stuck under center. Hands off right up the middle. Goes up back. Oh, taking a big hit. Take his defender with him. He's going to get all the way down inside the 10-yard line, inside the 5. Chase Laguna Scott.
Boy, Scott wasn't going to give up on that one. He saw an opportunity. He was going to take it to the house if he could.
And we have an injured Cardinal on the far side of the field. Referee blows for time.
Clock will continue to run even though there's a player down. They will come over on the sideline.
And we will take a quick commercial break. We'll be back. You are watching Touchdown Productions NorCal Game of the Week.
With nearly 30 years of proudly serving our community, Auburn Toyota is expanding to offer more new Toyota inventory than ever before. Chances are we have the exact Toyota model you want, ready for you to drive home today. With many years of combined sales experience and hundreds of new Toyota cars, trucks, 4x4s, and SUVs, now is the perfect time to buy at Auburn Toyota. Come see why for generations Foothill Toyota buyers buy from Auburn Toyota, which is why we like to say Auburn Toyota is the place where the customers come back.
Placer Hillmen knocking on the goal line once again. It'll be first down and goal from the 2-yard line. Stuck under center. Gives it up to his up back, Arnell, and gets into the end zone for another Placer Hillmen touchdown.
Arnell getting rewarded with his good running all night with a touchdown. Rightfully so. Basically, on that kind of scenario, they choose which back gets to make that touchdown, and Arnell got the tap.
Surely with that score, Placer Hillmen will be riding off to a 3-1 start, and the Cardinals, still searching for their first win, will fall to 0-3 on the season. Just under 9 minutes left to go. The kick is up, and it is good.
Ugly but good.
And actually, it looks like a lineman took that kick, and Jacob Hall, one of the tackles, actually stepped up to make the PAT, and you can see the Placer sideline going absolutely crazy. That's great to see. And we will take a quick break. Placer Hillmen leading the Laguna Creek Cardinals 49-6. You are watching Touchdown Productions NorCal Game of the Week.
The late summer, early fall project sale is happening right now at B&C in the Fowler Center. It's the perfect time of year to finish up those summer projects and get ready for fall. Maybe it was finally the last summer for that old barbecue, or time to replace that leaking water heater. B&C helps with every project, every season. And remember the bargains for September? They're only at B&C True Value Home and Garden Center.
So, David, we're going to talk about the Bill Slades and Sons Trucking Player of the Game, and I'm going to let you decide.
You know, it's been quite a tight game in terms of standout players. We've had a ton of guys making plays. Michael Stuck making some plays. Marshall Chapman making some plays. But I think in the end, It's going to come down. I'm going to give my vote to Mario Perez as the player of the game. As it looks like Jacob Williams on the turn brings it back to the other side, and he's got space to work with. He's got that breakaway speed if he can get past one last defender and bringing him down. What a tackle by Travis Warren, the last man to make the touchdown saving tackle.
Warren, unfortunately, pulled down the only possibility the Cardinals have had to score since the first quarter of the game. Not that I'm rooting for anybody, but it's been nice to give him one. Warren, number 14, will come back as a wide receiver. Clock continues to run, less than 7 minutes to play.
But Paul, back to the player of the game. Would you say that Mario Perez? We agree on that?
I was going to give it to Gil Dominguez, but I'll tell you what, we'll give it to Mario Perez. One of these weeks, Gil's going to let me give it to him.
First down and 10. Rushing on the far side is Washington. Actually finding some space, and he's got the edge. If he can get the last defender, and push out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. Silas Washington, by far the biggest one of the day, pushed out of bounds by Ian Howes.
Mario Perez it is. Mario Perez will win our Bill Slades and Sons player of the game, get a nice little trophy that he'll brag on for the rest of his life, probably. He certainly deserves it. He did win one last year. Michael Stuck, you're a close second, and we're going to get you one of these awards sometime this year. You certainly deserve it.
New quarterback in the game, Juan Lopez, hands it off to the running back, Quentin Gann, and he's got room on the edge and walks into the end zone for a Cardinal touchdown.
Nice run on the outside. All kinds of room out there, but also some good moves by Perez. He'll put it down and try for the extra point now.
And once again, coming out for the PAT in the unbalanced formation. Last time they tried this when they scored in the first quarter, the snap went over the quarterback's head. Let's see if their fortunes can change after this one. And they will shift back into a normal PAT formation. Donovan Hayes on for the extra point. Kick is up, and it is blocked.
And there will be no return. The blocked PAT holds the Cardinals to 12 points for the game so far, and they will kick off to the Hillmen.
Just under 5 minutes with a running clock. The Placer Hillmen lead Laguna Creek Cardinals 49-12. You're watching Touchdown Productions Game of the Week.
Nothing tastes better than a sandwich crafted just the way you like it. And at Port of Subs, our master slicer slices your sandwich fresh to order. We offer top quality meats and cheeses. Add your choice of farm fresh veggies and pile them high on our freshly baked bread. We stand by this classic approach. Why? Because it all comes down to one simple truth. Port of Subs just tastes better. Whatever you crave, prepare to fall in love.
Slice fresh sandwiches, Port of Subs.
With the running clock just under 4 minutes, Laguna Creek Cardinals trailing 49-12, about to kick off to the Hillmen. Donovan Hayes kicking off a long kick, and that'll sail into the end zone for a touchback.
That's a really nice kick all the way through the end zone. So the Hillmen will take over. Second unit is in there, the majority of them anyway. A few of the linemen still from the starting group exist.
Still looks like Michael Stuck is going to come out, take these last couple of plays.
Ryan Arnold will stay in there as back. Number 8 is in. They're down to less than almost 3 minutes.
Set up first down and 10 from the Hillmen 20-yard line. Stuck under center. Takes a snap, hands it off. Who's up back? That's Bemis. Evades the defender, but nice tackle. Only able to get a couple yards on the tackle. Number 54, Martin Rivas. Called a gain of 4. And once again, as we mentioned, you can tune into our NorCal Game of the Week next week. Paul, Gil, and myself will be traveling to Rockland High School to watch the NU Miners take on Rockland.
It'll be the first league game of the SFL. We'll see if the Miners can win a league game this year. It's a big question mark.
Stuck handing off to Bemis once again, breaking off on the edge. Able to get off a couple of tackles and getting a first down gain out past the 35-yard line. Another first down. Clock now under 2 minutes left to play.
Less than 2 minutes left now. We're going to probably see a knee here. Let's see if they decide to just end it right here, David.
Looks like that's what they're going to do.
We'll run down on the field and we'll grab Mario Perez and present him with the Player of the Game award.
Stuck takes a kneel.
They may have to take another knee before it's actually ended. I like what I see out there. They're already shaking hands, and out there, Jacob Williams being congratulated by the Placer Hillmen. He's a fine player. Don't like to see mismatches like this in any high school sport. Happens from time to time in football. Big school plays a smaller school, and from the beginning, it's pretty clear who the dominant team is going to be. But good sportsmanship still exists, and it's good to see that.
And Stuck takes the final snap, and a knee will be. It's the Placer Hillmen improved to 3-1 on the year, beating Laguna Creek Cardinals 49-12. As we mentioned, you can stay tuned. Paul Brown will have the Player of the Game, Mario Perez, down on the field. We'll see you. You are watching Touchdown Productions NorCal Game of the Week. We'll see you on the field, guys.
This week at SPD Markets, T-bone steaks, whole chicken legs, and pork chops are all on the menu. And the SPD butchers are there every single day to give you tips on preparing your favorite meals. Add in their weekly specials, and you'll see real savings every time you shop. So be local and shop local at SPD Markets in Nevada City and Grass Valley. It's where your neighbors shop.
And giving the Bill Slade & Sons Trucking Player of the Game tonight goes to Mario Perez. Mario, great game tonight. What did you think about the win tonight?
We got off the ball fast. We played hard. We ran hard. We just came out more dominant than them, faster.
And so let me ask you this. I love asking this question. What was your favorite play tonight from scrimmage that you had that you'll remember?
34 crossblock sweep. When I faked out a defender, I got tackled by 2 defenders. That was amazing. That was awesome. It was an awesome feeling.
And how many times did you score?
Just once, I think.
Just once tonight. But you know what? We've been watching Mario week after week, and it's not the performance tonight as much as a body of work that we've seen Mario time and time again give his all. He's got his crew here tonight. He's got his own posters. Congratulations, Mario Perez, the Bill Slade & Sons Trucking Player of the Game. Let's hear it, huh?
Thanks a lot, Paul, for that Player of the Game award with Mario Perez. I'm over here with Coach Joey Montoya. And Joey, the second time we've got a chance to see the Hillmen. First time didn't turn out too good, though, over at Nevada Union.
No, it did not. We didn't play very well, and they did, and so that's what happens sometimes. But
tonight was a completely different Hillman team.
Well, we're a work in progress. When you start as many juniors as we start, over 50, almost 90% of our starters are juniors. Every week, we're just going to get better and better, and we're starting to see the fruits of our labor.
We've seen you coach a decade now, right?
Yeah.
10 years, like the blink of an eye out there in TV land. But you say that every year about the team, and I remember you've had teams where, they got to gel, they got to come together, and there's no secret formula. It just takes time.
Absolutely, and we're a team and a program that what you see week 1 is not what you're going to see week 10. And you know, I'm sure most teams strive to do that, but I think we make bigger strides than other teams just because of how we do things. And so, you know, this year it's legitimate. I mean, when you start as many juniors as we're starting, we are actually literally young. And so proud of our kids. They're working their tails off. They're being coachable, and we're heading in the right direction.
Now, you had a big night tonight besides the big win over Laguna Creek, senior night and homecoming all rolled into one. So a lot of emotions on display as well.
There is, you know, and homecoming week at Placer is second to none. It's a special week, you know, but with that comes a lot of distractions. And, you know, I'm proud of our kids. They kept the focus where it needed to be. And when they were at football, they were all about football, and it showed tonight.
Now, you have the bye week coming up. Good or bad for you?
Well, we got Vista first, and so we face one of the best offenses in the section next week. But you know, our kids are looking forward to it because we didn't play very well against them last year, and this year we're looking forward to playing them. And so and then after that we have the bye before we play Colfax and getting into league play. And so, you know, the only thing we care about right now is Monday's practice and getting ready for Vista.
That's right. I forgot all about the trip to Vista del Lago before the bye. I'm about a week ahead. And then, like you said, you got Colfax. Colfax undefeated so far, but I'm not sure what kind of teams they played. But really, it doesn't matter when it comes to Placer and Colfax. It's a game within a game.
Colfax is a great football team, and you know, they do a great job. And our league is up this year. There's several great teams in our league. Colfax, Lincoln, Bear River's playing good football. Center is Center, and Foothill's picked up a couple wins. And so, but that's so far in the distance. You know, we got a lot of time before we get to that. You know, right now we're in the preseason, and that's all we care about.
Right, and now this is, for everybody that doesn't know at home, this will be your last year in the PVL.
It will be. And so, you know, we've had a good run these years in the PVL. We've built some great rivalries, and we're gonna miss playing all these teams. And us and Lincoln are making the move, and the rest of the league is staying intact. But
and Nevada Union's going to join you.
Nevada Union's going to join us, yeah. But next year is next year, and that's a long ways away. And the only thing I care about right now is Vista del Lago.
All right, Joey. Well, listen, thanks a lot for spending a few minutes with us here on homecoming night, and congratulations to the Hillmen tonight, and we look forward to seeing you against that big game with Colfax.
Gil, thank you very much. You guys always do a great job. We love having you out here.
All right, thanks, brother.
Thank you.
Joey Montoya there, the head coach of the Placer Hillmen, as they notch another one tonight, go 3-1 on the season. Let's go back to Paul and David for some closing remarks. Guys, take it away.
David, your thoughts?
It's a complete performance by the Hillmen, absolutely dominating the line of scrimmage on both ends. As you saw, Mario Perez had a great game, and after their bye week, they play an undefeated Colfax team right here at Placer High School. It's going to be a very great game, and I'm really excited to see how both these teams play.
So the PVL champs, they are victorious tonight, well on their way to having another PVL championship. You know, we've seen them now twice. What do you think about their chances for the PVL?
I mean, if they can cut down on the turnovers, if they can rush the ball and dominate the line of scrimmage as they have been doing this entire season, they're going to be just fine. As you saw, Mario Perez and the rest of that rushing attack, absolutely killing it tonight.
Also, I was impressed tonight about their depth. They seem to have good depth in a lot of positions. They have a wonderful quarterback, Michael Stuck. Easily could have been our player of the game this week, but he is delivering the football on target. He's got good targets to throw to, and they've got a myriad of backs to go to tonight. We saw Arnell run, we saw Perez run. This team, if they can stay healthy, I think they'll make a big run at the PVL championship. So for David Kline, Paul Brown, Gil Dominguez, I want to bid you good night. And thanks for joining us on your NorCal Game of the Week.
And we'll see you next week.
Yes, we will.
We'll be at Rockland High School for Nevada Union and Rockland on your NorCal Game of the Week.
Thank you, David. We'll see you next week.